Good evening to you all. Welcome you all to another chapter of Weekly Market Update presented by C Securities. So I'm Sachini here. Will be taking you through the first few parts of Weekly Market Update, and then Harin will take the rest of the things in technical analysis as usual. So without wasting much time, let me take you through some important market updates that we have witnessed for this week. So, as you can see in the screen, for the first 3 days of the week from Monday to Wednesday, we have observed a decline in SPI altogether with the S&P SL 20. So on Monday, with the government's decision to revise their price controls that has been imposed on several essential category items have been lifted, and as a result of that, investor bodies have been increased. So on the back of that, market has showed a decline, and the momentum continued on Tuesday as well. SPI declined to 9,640.36 with a down in points, basis points of 8.90, and also the S&P SL 20. Wednesday actually witnessed the deepest drop that we have seen in recent days with the overall basis point drop of 142.87, and also SPI is over decline of a 62.48. And but anyhow, we should observe the fact that on Wednesday, market managed to reach to a turnover surpassing 3 billion, and also the foreign buying was recorded to be a comparatively higher figure on that particular day. And on Thursday, market bounced back to a positive territory and ended up in green position, recording an SPI of 9,006 points, up of 124.16. On the backstory that the policy rates that have been announced by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka remain unchanged. So as a result of that, the investor confidence have been improved. So back of that information, we could see that the market has been went upward, and the positive territory was continued on Friday as well. But anyhow, the most liquid stocks in S&P SL 20 witnessed a drop of 0.49 basis points. But anyhow, compared to yesterday, that means Thursday, the turnover has been comparatively increased. And also we see some foreign buying activities also witnessed within the market. So we believe this bullish momentum will continue for next week as well. If it managed to break its current all-time high, it will immediately surpass the 10,000 mark. So that's the little bit briefing on market update, and let me take you through economy update. So these weeks have been talks the theme that the governments have taken decision to remove price controls that have imposed over several essential items, including wheat flour, LP gas, but the major producers of wheat flour decided to increase their prices considerably. So, on the basis of that, the Ceylon Bakery Association and also Ceylon Canteen Owners Association both decided to increase their items price. And also, as I mentioned you previously, cement prices and also milk powder price have been jumped up on the fact of that. See, the state-owned electro company anyhow revised their previously stated price of LP gas, but anyhow, labs continue to increase their prices in a significant way, mentioning that they have been doing underpricing their products for so long according to the restriction and specifications of government. So from now on, they are going to let the market forces decide the price of every gases they are sending out. So with this movement, actually, with this thought from labs, we see the Market prices for a large stock has increased in the first couple of days, Monday and Tuesday. But also, we have to think on the fact that this decision at this moment, which was taken by the government, was heavily criticized, sort out so much of inflation soaring and won't be able to bearable by majority of general public. And on the other hand, we see at the monetary policy review meeting, the central bank decided to keep their rates unchanged. So, accordingly, standing deposit facility rate and standing lending facility rate remains unchanged at levels of 5.0 and 6.0. Reasons for this decision to be taken, especially they are expecting the economic activities to be recommenced with the successful vaccination program ongoing, and they expect that with that particular thing, the credit demand from the private sector will continue to surge. So, in order to support that aspect, they continue to maintain their rates at this particular level. And also, it was mentioned during the policy review that some of inflation fears having comes out coming from the global development in foreign commodities. But anyhow, they have mentioned that they are insured, not necessarily going to take policy tightening right now because they have already undertaken necessary actions to stabilize demand pressures over near term. So, and when it comes to treasury bill yield, it will continue to go up. But anyhow, the 3 months treasury bill rate was only rise up by 89 basis points to reach 8.04%. The 6 months and 12-month treasury bill was rejected at their current yields of 7.20 and 7.28. So we could positively expect that this increase will continue with the increasing credit demand from the private sector and also interest rate trying to catch up the budget deficit. So moving to next one, the commodity prices. We have experienced a positive momentum here. All the commodities have their prices are being actually increased, subject to several reasons. So prices. So after the top oil producer Saudi Arabia actually dismissed its call for additional OPEC supply on Brent oil. But anyhow, we see that the existing surge in gas prices and what the shortage we are experiencing, there will be a boost in demand for oil prices moreover. And it is also mentioned that the boost oil will demand another 100,000 barrels. That means it's literally 500,000 from now on. And that could possibly make some sort of a slowdown in world's recovery after COVID-19 pandemic. And gold prices fell on Friday as well. And we see the aluminium prices saw a steep increase. With reason for that is exactly what we are seeing on the other aspect as well, the evening energy prices. With the energy prices rising up significantly, the cost of the production of aluminium will too goes up. So that's what the reason for this kind of an increase in aluminium prices. And reaching to international financial markets, the majority of the global markets have their indexes have risen up on the fact that US banks and tech stocks are boosting its prices based on the earnings, the strong earnings that they have earned so far. So with that aspect, especially Japan's Nikkei was up by 1.81 on Friday on the back of the tech stocks lead its way on reaching the level, and especially London FTSE and also US stock market S&P 500 index also increased in a massive way on the back of US banks performance, the stock performance, and their forecast on a strong earnings. And also, it was mentioned that Chinese economy was still backing with the Evergrande crisis. So, this related to this Evergrande crisis, the Hong Kong audit was going to investigate Evergrande and its PwC on the possibility of giving a going concern under auditor's report. This Evergrande crisis would be a major thing for China because uh, especially to its financial system, because the majority of loans have been taken by real estate companies like Evergrande. So if this problem was not sorted out in a proper way, that will lead to a major economic crisis, not just within the country. So that's up from my end. I would like to hand over Harin to continue his part on technical analysis on commodity watch copper and his notions on SPI and also the peak of the week LOC. Harin.
All right, thank you so much, Sajini. And so looking at the copper, we'll start off the first counter, which is a copper, which is actually trading right now as the New York session is open, where the price is actually 4.72 and actually trading at that current heel price level. So looking at the RSI, so RSI has come to somewhat around getting near to the level of overbought, whereas the current RSI is actually 69.87, maybe above the level of 70. We would consider it as overbought. It is under the overbought territory. So basically, we had somewhat of a accumulation previous weeks from the daily chart, and we were able to see that looking from the previous data, which is actually looking at from the month of May, we were able to see clearly how the price was actually declining in a downward trend. So we had previously we had an inclining momentum, whereas the copper price was actually bullish and also made a high of 4.88 on 10th May 2021. So after that, copper actually declined slowly and actually came to a certain level, which is actually the daily support of 4.05, and we were able to see that it actually was accumulating in that area for a quite period of time, and that previous descending triangle formation that we can clearly see that from the few of the tops that we have, the structure highs over here, the previous formation has been broken out, and the previous resistance of 4.4 4.45 has been broken out right now, and that resistance has become a support level now. So therefore we can clearly see that again the price is actually reaching a certain key area, which is the daily resistance of 4.8 4.85. So the previous all-time could be actually tested once again. And with that being said, actually looking at the moving averages, of course we can clearly see the price is actually trading above the moving averages, 18 at 8 EMA levels. So we will be able to see some sort of a test over the area of daily resistance 4.8 4.85 again, and from there onwards, if the price actually manages to break, it could go further up, making new highs, as a rejection from the area of 4.8 4.85 could actually bring the price back to the daily support level of 4.4 4.45. So that previous levels, we can clearly see how actually the previous levels, how it has been actually making certain lows and then trying to incline and trying to break the descending trend line. And now that now that it has broken that trend line, we can clearly see it is moving towards the daily resistance of 4.8 4.85, and also the previous all-time high, which is 4.88. So that could be actually tested once again with the current bullish momentum going forward. So looking at the all share index, So looking at the all share index, we witnessed that the all share index actually dropped to the level of daily support level 9,450, 9,500, and which failed to break the previous high, uh, which is actually 9,711.55. So that previous high actually didn't break, and due to there was a bullish momentum on 11th of October. So basically there was somewhat around a retracement over the area of daily support level 9,450, 9,500, and the market actually bounced back again, and getting near to the all-time high level, which is 9,011.55. So the market closed at 9,623.81 today, and RSI is actually still in the mid range in the daily chart, which is it's 65.74. So we believe that the all-time high could be once again tested as the moving averages, 18.8 moving averages, since the index is clearly trading above both the moving averages, as well as there was a rejection over the area of daily support level 9,450, 9,500. 9,500 being the psychological area again. So after reaching the previous all-time high, will be if it manages to break that key level after reaching that 9,711.55. So we have some sort of so as the index is getting somewhat near to that key area, we can witness some sort of a rejection as today we were able to see the looking at the candlestick itself, we can see how actually the candle made a high of 9,683.92 and closed at 9,623.81. So after breaking that previous all-time high, we believe that the daily resistance of 9,950, 10,000, once again 10,000 being psychological area could be tested, and this would be basically this previous higher high formation after that breakout will be considered this after that breakout will be able to see that higher low formation. This would be considered as a higher low formation where it actually tested the daily support 9,450, 9,500, making it officially a daily support level. And then once a higher high formation, a new higher high formation creates, we'll be able to see it by that time. The index could be actually at the level of getting near to the level of daily resistance 9,950, 10,000, or actually reaching that key area of resistance. So there could be actual rejection over the 10,000 area, since 10,000 being a heavy psychological area, and index actually touching the 10,000 for the first time over the years. So moving ahead with LOLC, our pick of the week. So currently the daily RSI council level of 60.28, whereas it is in the mid-range once again. So we were able to witness somewhat around a false breakout on 13th October, and whereas the price is actually trading at the weekly support level 600, 610, and failed to make that resistance level. So therefore the market actually, therefore the LLC actually closed at 608 today. So this false breakout would be considered, so this could be considered as a false breakout, as the price is actually making its adjustments towards the at the weekly support level 600, 610. And once the price actually starts trade above the 610 area, it would actually reach the daily resistance of 640, 645, as previous all-time high was actually 645. So looking at in the moving averages, of course, we can clearly see that we somewhat had a test on the 18 moving average. The price actually managed to test the 18 moving average and drive the price up to the weekly support level 600, 610, and then moving, and slowly we can clearly see that how the price is actually fluctuating over that key area of the weekly support 600, 610, where even today there was not much of liquidity, whereas the price made a high of 614.5 and closed at 608. But whatsoever, we can clearly see how the price is actually at the weekly support. So therefore, once the price break out from that weekly support and trades above the key level of 610, definitely the price could reach to daily resistance 640, 645. And thereafter, if the price actually break that, even that daily resistance, will be able to see the weekly resistance of 670, 680, or else if price actually get rejected from the daily resistance once again, we'll be able to see it moving, coming down to the 600 psychological area once again. So that's it from my end, and thank you. Over to you, Sachini.
So thank you very much, Harin. Now we have reached to the very end of our presentation. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. And you can share the video if you like. And I would like to invite you all to updates on market. So that will be the end. And see you all next week. I wish you all to have a nice weekend. Thank you.